Well, she's a familiar face to us on Noon Edition, the volunteer coordinator at Johnny Appleseed Park District, Chris Fetzer. But we're going to learn a little bit more about what her job is really like. So thanks for joining us, Chris.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been a while.
Okay, so we see you all the time on the show talking about events and things, but really one of your focuses is on volunteers. So what kind of volunteers do you guys look for, and what do you need in the park district?
Well, I would say that the biggest use of our volunteers would be for environmental education. And, it's nice to have hike leaders and people that can trail behind on a hike to make sure everyone stays together. But it's the helping the naturalists with the field trips. And, everybody's afraid to talk in public, but really most people are smarter than a first grader.
But I mean, so a good volunteer would probably like the outdoors, enjoy being around people, that kind of thing.
Yep. Anybody, and most of our volunteers are like-minded. They all want to be outside. They want to educate people about the environment, and they enjoy being outside. So.
And sometimes people would be like, well, I don't quite know enough, or what if they, ask me a certain question? You do some training when it comes to some of the jobs with volunteers, right?
This spring we have, in the month of April, we have first grade field trips, and in May we have kindergarten field trips, and we do training for that. And if anyone would like to think they could help or run a station for, like 12 first graders for a couple of times, it's fun. You get an energy from kids that, and then, a lot of retired teachers, they like to come out and help because, they get them for one day and then they don't have them anymore. They get that energy back. But on our website, you can sign up on our to get our enrollment form for our volunteers, and you can fill that out and send it in electronically. You don't even have to come out to the office, and we'll look through it, give it a quick background check, and sure, you can come out and help. And we'd love people to come out and help.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have festivals, the Apple Festival, the Maple Syrup Festival, things at Lauer Farms. I mean, there's just so many different areas where you can plug people in.
Right, and a lot of our volunteer hours go to the camp hosts. We have people that stay at the campground from April through October, 1 week at a time. They get a lot of hours doing that because we utilize them to help keep the restrooms clean and keep an eye on the campground. We can't be everywhere.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, over the years, like when you've been working with the park district, I assume you've seen like volunteerism has changed some. I mean, are people just not into it as much, or do you find that niche for those people and then they love it?
Well, both. Volunteerism has changed in the last 15 years. Used to be you'd get a large group of people committed to a project or committed to something, and now it's more of a one and done. People want to feel good about doing some volunteer work, but they get in and they get out. Mm-hmm. And it's great. Sure, I'll take all the volunteerism I can get like that, but it doesn't lead to connections where you get to meet new people and make friendships. Some of my best friends are volunteers that I've made through the connections here at the park.
Yeah, that's a very good point. All right, so volunteer is one of your jobs. Another big job that you have is people enjoy those summertime programs at the amphitheater, and you organize that.
Yep, I find all the performers and book them. It's a lot of work, but it's rewarding when you have people come up in the summer and say, wow, I really enjoyed that. I don't know what else I would have been doing tonight if I hadn't been coming out to the amphitheater. We've got a real good following now, and I try to get a mix of performers, like family entertainment, singers, songwriters, and bands, and maybe even some like historical interpreters.
Mm-hmm. All right, so those all start in June, is that right?
Yes, June, July, and August, 7 o'clock every Saturday night.
All right, that's fun stuff. And then, of course, lots of other odds and ends and other things you do to help out in the park district too, right?
Yep, I helped set up the Lauer Historical Farm. I kind of cobbled together all the donations of furniture and artifacts and put that all together. Let's see, what else? I help the naturalists. I help in the office. I've done everything but mow.
Don't put that on your list, right? You don't need to mow.
Yeah, if I get out there to mow her once, they'd probably keep me.
Yeah, right. All right, but if you want to volunteer, give you a call. As you said, it's easy. Go online and get going, and it's neat stuff to hear what you do for the Park District. Thanks, Chris, for joining us.
Thanks for letting me come on.
All right, don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.